Paige here. Today is Friday, September 1st. It's back to Hogwarts Day. Harry Potter fans around the world celebrate the first day of school at Hogwarts on September 1st every year. Londoners or the British or whoever, they gather at King's Cross Station in London. The Hogwarts Express departs at 11 a.m. so that has already happened. And just people celebrate around the world, and I'm celebrating. Tonight I am going to a double feature of Deathly Hallows 1 and 2 at a IMAX theater. So that's this evening. You know, when I bought the tickets, I didn't think to get an extra ticket. It was, I think I got the double feature for one ticket price, but you know, I don't really know anyone personally in my personal life that loves Harry Potter as much as I do necessarily. Now my nephew, who I tutor, he's an adult with autism, he loves Harry Potter. Wait for that car to go by. But when I asked him yesterday if he would be interested in going, I think he was a little intimidated by the idea of being in the theater because each movie's at least 2 hours. So he would be in the theater for, you know, probably up to 5 hours. So he said he would pass on that, but that's okay. I'm fine going to the movies alone. Yeah, so excited about that. I leave here in a couple hours, I believe, but I wanted to get this. I keep looking over there because my two cats are over there. They're wondering what I'm doing. They're wondering who I'm talking to. Maybe they'll let me pick them up and so I can show you them. Sorry, it's been a while since I posted a video, but today is my big finished object Palooza, I'm gonna call it. I have like 25 items almost to show. A lot of them are finished, some of them are works in progress, but yeah, I wanted to do an update for you guys. So I'm just gonna dive right in. The first thing I want to show is this is a cotton Pioneer Woman mason jar cozy. It's kind of like an attached trivet, not trivet, coaster. So it's supposed to be tied here. I've got ties and there's an opening here to go into the handle. This is a Pioneer Woman mason jar. Comes with the pretty lid and straw. With the handle I got from walmart.com, and I think it was $4 something. I love it. But this is for my daughters. She has one of these mason jars, Pioneer Woman brand, and she asked me if I would make her a cotton cozy for hers, because she uses hers at work, and on her desk she's always losing track of the coaster. So this will be nice because it'll just stay with the, you just tie this in a bow and then it'll stay on. So that's the first thing I finished. I just I didn't follow a pattern. I started with a magic circle on the bottom and increased it, and just kept measuring the bottom until it was, you know, as big around as the bottom, and then I just started going up. Once I got this high, let me put this down. Then once I got this high, then instead of working in the round, I work back and forth. Yeah, and then this is a drawstring. Sorry about that. There's a road right on the other side of this bamboo hedge. This is a drawstring so that it can tighten up. So there's that. That's my tortoiseshell cat meowing there. I am drinking, by the way, it's ice water, filtered ice water, and 1 tea bag. Can you guys, is this, yeah, I don't think it's mirrored. I hope it's not. Rooibos, Celestial Seasonings, Madagascar Vanilla. It has 3 ingredients. Rooibos, which is a naturally caffeine-free herbal tea from Africa. I think it's from a bark. Natural vanilla flavor and vanilla bean. It's just lovely. I love it. This is my favorite herb tea. In the winter, I have it hot with creamer and sweet and low. In the summer, I just drop one in. I don't know if you can see the tea bag floating around in there, in the ice water. I let it steep for about 10 minutes, and it's good. I don't normally add any sweetener to it. Sometimes I do, but I don't normally. Okay. So I'm looking at my list here. Okay. So I showed this when it was a work in progress. This is, I call it the boho crossbody mini purse. It's all done now. So I just wanted to show you that I finished it. I lined it and I put, oh, my cat bumped. Sorry. Ooh, gosh. Sorry. Come here, honey. Come here. Okay, she always stretches. This is Minerva. She has a really long tail and it's white on the end. She wants down like a wand. But anyway, she's named after Professor Minerva McGonagall. So I got these toggle buttons off of Amazon, 3 colors. Do I have them? Yeah, I think I do. You get a real light wood, a medium, and you get 4 colors actually. A reddish brown, kind of an oak brown, the white, and the real dark. This is the oak, the honey colored. And I did looks like just a chain there for the loop. I lined it with Osnaburg. And there's the strap and the tassels. So that is for my future daughter-in-law, my son's fiance. And I made another one for my other future daughter-in-law, my other son's girlfriend. They haven't gotten engaged yet, but they're saving up for a house, so the engagement and wedding is in the works, I'm sure. This one's lined. The yarn for these is Kobu. This is beige and this is tan, which I think the colors should be named the opposite. Yeah, but that's what it says on the label, beige for this and tan for that, but this looks more like beige to me and the other looks more like tan. Tassels. This one came out a little smaller because, and this is the Victorian lace square. I will post the patterns to anything in the description. But this one came out a little smaller because I accidentally picked up a size smaller crochet hook and luckily used that same crochet hook for the entire project. So everything came out even. but it is a little smaller than this one. And I've shown these before, but not finished. So I'm still happy with both of those. Okay, so that's that. Another thing I finished, where is it? This is a top. It's a boat neck top for one of my daughters, made out of True Boo in mulberry. The pattern, the tutorial, there's a tutorial on YouTube, so you can get the pattern free, but I purchased the pattern because I wanted it on paper to take with me. And the pattern, the top has this open work, and then it's, I believe, double crochets across, but then I added open work at the bottom as well. It gave it a little more length. It looks really weird, but on it looks so cute. I tried it on one of my other daughters. So I'll link the pattern for that. So that's a Christmas present for one of my daughters. I'm just going down the list here. I brainstormed. Okay. Another thing I finished. I'm calling these boho card wallets. So again, Kobu. And it's just enough, you know, it's just the size for like a driver's license or debit card or what have you. My two cats are playing. They're each a little different. Just slightly different. I think I made 6 of them, one for each of my daughters and daughters-in-law. And I had a, it was like a, oops. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh gosh. I will try very, very hard not to bump the camera again. I hope I didn't make anyone feel sick. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. Here's another one. Here's another one. But I had a retail store had sent me a invitation to get their credit card, which I didn't, but I used the, you know how a lot of times it'll include like a little mock card. It was like a real thick cardboard card, the size of a credit card. And I just used that to audition them as I went along. So there's 6 of these, and those will go in their stockings, or like the girls that I made the little purses for, they'll go in there. So there's 6 of those. Going down, okay. I finished the Woodland Fairy backpack. So this is all made with Lion Brand mandala in the colorway Warlock. I'm gonna have to decat hair everything with a lint brush. This is just a little mushroom charm. It doesn't hold anything. This is a little, just a little, she can put her like earbuds in there. Has a hanging hook. These are the straps. I did color control because I wanted, there's quite a bit of there's these two neutrals, a taupe and a beige, and there was quite a bit of that, and I didn't want a lot of that in the body of the bag. Here's the flap. This has holes in it to go over the toggle button, so that if she has a bunch of stuff in here, then when she closes it, she can use one of the lower holes. Or if she doesn't have as much, I made this drawstring thing. Cinches up like that. Then she can use one of the holes higher up to close the flap. On the inside, I put a pocket with a button and a loop to help keep that pocket closed. And this is from the Dollar Tree, and it's a little light so she can more easily see in her purse. It also has a laser. I won't point that at you guys. So yeah, the pattern is based off of, and I'll link it, a little tiny backpack. But you can size it up at however big, because you start with the rectangle bottom and you just make that rectangle however big you want the backpack. And then once the rectangle is the size of the bottom you want, so you could do tiny or you could do big like that, then you work in the round without increasing in the corners. And that's what makes the sides go up. So that is that. Oh yeah, okay. Where is... This is all Hobby Lobby yarn. This is a baby blanket. My first yarn shopping trip at Hobby Lobby, I bought these 4 yarns. One of them is this turquoise blue, is I Love This Cotton, and the other is a sport weight yarn from Hobby Lobby. I'll see if I can find that out and link it. But yeah, this is just a standard granny square blanket. Did that. That's, oh, so let me explain why I made that. Originally, I was going to make a granny square tote bag for one of my daughters-in-law. Because I made one for one of my other daughters last year, and she absolutely loved it, my daughter-in-law. So I got these, but I thought the colors were too light, and she would have to worry too much about it getting dirty. So I turned this into a baby blanket and made her this for Christmas. And then her birthday's in January, so I'm gonna make her a granny square tote bag with a, it's darker colors, not quite as muted as these, like these are kind of more earthy, but I'll show that in a future video. So then one of my other daughters is expecting her second baby. So I think this would be appropriate for a boy or a girl. So yeah, so that's what that's for. The baby isn't due till February, but I have it ready. Okay, what's next on my list? Aha. Where did I put those? I hope I grabbed them. After there. Okay, so in 2 weeks, we are going to have a gender reveal, or my daughter's going to have a gender reveal. And the method she has chosen to use is cake pops. So each guest will get a cake pop, and one at a time they'll take a bite, and one of the cake pops will either be pink or blue on the inside, and that'll reveal the gender. So as a memento for her gender reveal party, I made a crocheted cake pop. And then I had some leftover of this yarn, so I made one for her 3-year-old daughter because I know she would want one for herself. So there's that. I just, when this yarn, okay, so this is, I hand colored this yarn, painted, quote unquote. I used permanent Artist Loft permanent markers in the rainbow of 6 different colors, and I wrapped the yarn around a clipboard and color, and then since I didn't need much, and then and I did it on Lion brand. No, I used Bernat Softy Baby. It's a 3-weight white. And then these are lollipop sticks. I got a bag of candy at Dollar Tree and used a couple of the sticks. I used super glue gel. Just kind of put the nozzle down in there, globbed a bunch of super glue gel in there, stuck it in there, and yeah, it's holding real good. So those are those. Okay, and I made, so the daughter-in-law that is where the engagement has occurred, she is, this is her student teaching year. Then at the end of this school year, she will have her degree in elementary education. She'll be a school teacher, but she's, so yeah, so she started a couple weeks ago. School just started. So I made her just a little back to school, you got this little gift. Haven't given it to her yet because, sorry. Because we were gonna have the gender reveal August 26th. Today is September 1st. So last Saturday we were gonna have the gender reveal, but they couldn't figure out the gender from the ultrasound, the 13-week ultrasound. So they did a blood test. So the blood test, the results have come. They're concealed in an email, and then the person who's going to make the cake pops will get to see the gender. But so we couldn't have. I was going to give this to her at the gender reveal, but it's been postponed till the 16th. But I crocheted her a little pencil charm. The first one I made, I wasn't too happy with it, but I don't know, they're both, I like them both. So one of them I'll give to my granddaughter, and the other one, the bigger one's, wait, yeah, the bigger one's the second one I made. It's a free tutorial on Repeat Crafter Me for that. Okay, so my granddaughter loves snails and pill bugs, so I made her, and these will go like in her stocking at Christmas time. I made her a crocheted snail. You see that? I don't know if the camera's getting this. There's a pipe cleaner doubled over inside, so it can be shaped. I kind of like it up. This pattern I purchased from Etsy. I'll link it. And then I made a roly-poly pill bug. And I got this pattern from Etsy as well. And she loves these bugs too. And this is just, I kind of modified because they had a button and a loop, and I just thought it was difficult for a 3-year-old to do, so I just put one of these things, and you just click it into the yarn. So that'll be a stocking stuffer. Okay. Okay. Boggy Creek Camp. Many of you probably already heard of it. If you haven't heard of it, it's a camp for children with chronic illness that are not able to go to regular camp. So it was founded by Paul Newman and somebody else, and a few crochet gals on YouTube are doing a blanket drive. Boggy Creek Camp likes to place on each camper's bed a handmade Afghan in bright, happy colors. That is, the dimensions are pretty specific. It needs to be 30 to 40 inches wide by 40 to 50 inches long. So I've started some for that. I'm just doing a half double crochet, chain one, skip one mesh. And this is Red Heart retro stripes in Super Saver. Half double crochet, chain one, skip one, and that's the repeat. And then this, I started one in Red Heart Super Saver in cool stripes. So I've got a couple going there. Working on those, and I found Walmart.com sells Red Heart Super Saver 9 packs for $33 and some change. That works out to $3.77 per 236 yard. Well, the colors have a little bit fewer yards than the solids, but I'm pretty sure solids are included in that deal. But Walmart.com, the 9 pack, you get 9 of all the same colorway. Yeah, for 33 something. So I got 9. I ordered 9 skeins of the retro stripes, and then that reminds me, I need to order 9 skeins of that's my son's cat. He lives here for now. Come here. You want to say hi? Oh, he's big. This is Axel. Yeah, he's our tuxedo cat. He's a big boy. Okay, so I did want to say, so this one, I discovered that I got off count. So I'm actually going to not frog it and skein it up to use it on another blanket, but I'll just use it off of, as I'm crocheting another one, I'll, use it off of this, unravel it as I use it. But I found that I need to put a stitch marker because the turning chain is a chain 4. And so I need to put a stitch marker in the 3rd chain to make sure I get all the way to the end, because I was like not getting all the way to the end, which is, it's just hard to tell in the mesh stitch. It's easy to get kind of mixed up with that. So on this one, I started over with one of my skeins. I'm putting a stitch marker in the chain that I need to work into for the last stitch of the row, and that way, and this way I'm making the same number of stitches each row. Yeah, so sometimes, you know, I mean, if it's all single crochet, you don't need to do that. It's easy to see where the end of the row is, but on a stitch like this, mesh stitch, I'm finding that it is easy to get a little lost. Okay, bird nests. I've talked about bird nests before, but I'm making another batch of hummingbird nests for the there's a hummingbird rescue in my area, and then there's bird rescues all over the country. And people who are on their morning walk, they'll come across baby hummingbirds that have fallen out of a nest or what have you, and they'll bring them to rehabbers. So I'm making a batch of, let me show you here, little baby hummingbird nests out of Bernat blanket yarn. This is from an Ogo. I got these Ogos at less than half price a year or so ago. So I scooped up a bunch of them because I just like to always make nests and send them off to rehab places, wildlife rescues. Okay, the next thing on my list is this is a Scrapghan. I am participating in Critters Crochets. Critters Crochet is her channel name. Every Tuesday she teaches a new stitch that she randomly chooses out of a stitch dictionary. She shows which book it is on her channel. And so, like with her, she's changing yarn for every stitch. I'm just kind of using up whatever color and then going from there. So like the pink here, I think there's 3 different stitches in the pink, but we've only done 7 weeks, 7 stitches, but I highly recommend her channel. So Critters Crochet, her name is Teresa, and she is a little over 100 subscribers away from 1,000 subscribers. So she works really hard. She puts out content every weekday, Monday through Friday. She has a lot of fun content. On Tuesdays, it's a tutorial. Wednesdays, she features a wearable that she's either finished or is making or plans to start. Thursdays, she does the Things We're Making Thursday group. There's a make-along with whoever wants to join in, and each month they pick a pattern to make, and then they show it throughout the month on Thursdays. Shows that on Thursdays. Fridays, I can't remember quite what her Friday theme is. On Mondays, she goes over how her weekend went, what her weekend, sorry about the traffic, was like, and things like that. So I will link her channel in the description, and I really encourage you to hop over there and subscribe to her channel, because she puts out regular content and good stuff. So she's so close to getting monetized. She wants to get monetized to be able to buy yarn for content for her channel, for yeah, for projects and stuff. So I watch all of her videos, and yeah, I just love her channel. So so she's making with her Scrapghan a twin size blanket. I'm making doll blankets. So once this gets to be, you know, maybe somewhat of a rectangle, then I will start anew. So however many stitches or because some stitches are more than one row, you know, to complete the stitch. So however many stitches it takes for her to get a twin size blanket, that's how long this will go. But like I said, it just started. We've only had seven tutorials. So if you want to jump in, it's not too late. I think some people are making scarves. She mentioned another, you could make a lapgan, you know, a little throw or what have you. But that's so much fun. I love Tuesdays. Okay. Oh, and on that Scrapghan, this hot pink yarn, I ordered it online a few years ago. I think it has some cotton content in it, but it's a little thinner than like a 4-weight, so I doubled it up. Nice thing about making a doll blanket is, in my opinion, you can kind of do what works. That's the mail truck. Okay. All right, what's next? I showed that. All right, there's a couple other wallets I made that are different than the little card wallets. This one is folded and has a few pockets in there. There is a reel. I don't have TikTok, but it's either an Instagram reel or a YouTube reel short showing how to make this, and I will see if I can somehow link to that in the description. It's so easy. You just crochet the height of a credit card for 3 widths of a credit card. And so you go back and forth. Once you get to the height of the credit card, then you stop going this, you know, all the way, and you just start going the width of the credit card for 3 folds. And like I said, I'll try and link it. I might do a tutorial on how to do it, or, you know, but yeah, so imagine all this coming way out like this, and this coming up like this. And so you fold this down, you fold this in, and then you stitch the sides. And then I did a button and a loop. This one is the same way. Oh, and this yarn, it's 2 strands of, I believe it's something like a loops and threads, or I got it at Michael's to make socks. So it's it's like a 2-weight. So I held a strand of green and a strand of the off-white together. I made 1 pair of socks and decided to move on to other things. This is the same exact concept, but in Red Heart Super Saver in coffee. So it comes out a lot thicker, bigger, bulkier, but same process. Oh my gosh, my cats. It's hot today, and when I picked up my cats, they got hair on me. So I'm gonna be busy with the bright light and the tweezers and the lint roller, getting cat hair off of everything. Okay. Oh yes, okay. Christmas stockings. So last Christmas, we celebrated at my daughter's house, the one with the little family, and all my kids, so I have 3 kids that live somewhat locally. We live in Southern California, and then I have 3 kids that live in other states, but everyone came except for the oldest. So pretty much almost everyone was here, and we had Christmas at my daughter's, and the two daughters-in-law, she did, you know, I always do stocking stuffers, and so my kids, you know, they have their stockings, or I have the stockings of the kids that live out of state. They want me to hang on to them till they're established. But the two daughters-in-law didn't have stockings, so we ended up finding like some big kind of cozy fuzzy socks in my daughter's drawer, and we use those for their stockings. But I decided to make each of them a stocking just for when, so every other Christmas we're all going to have Christmas together here in California, and then every other Thanksgiving, same thing. So we'll trade off and on. That way the significant others, they can go to the other family, you know, on the alternating holidays. So this Christmas, these won't be used, I don't think. Okay, well, actually, now that I think, they're coming for Thanksgiving, so we might do like a mini Christmas while they're here, and then we might use the stockings then. So this is a free tutorial on a channel, and I gotta tell you why they look so different. Same exact pattern, but this one, I made this one first, and the gal who does the tutorial, her channel is Hectanuga and the number 1. She used a 9mm hook and 2 strands of worsted weight yarn, which is what I did, but it came out really tight. So then I went up to an 11.5mm crochet hook, and it came out squishier and softer. So I seriously thought about redoing this one, but it's still cute. It works. So that's that, and I'll link the pattern tutorial for these as well. We're getting toward the end here. 3 more things. Okay, so I find guys hard to crochet for. Well, okay, I don't find that guys are hard to crochet for. It's just girls are easier to crochet for. So I really wanted to crochet at least one item for each of my sons. My sons-in-law, I already have their gifts. They're not crocheted things. I might whip a couple of these up for them too. Yeah, I think I will, because they're fun, easy, and quick. So what I made for them are 100% cotton bowl cozies. So like when you're heating up a bowl of soup or what have you, and you want to sit on the couch and watch TV and eat it, it's often too hot to hold it. So this, it's all cotton. It's several strands of different skeins of cotton, but I'll explain that in a sec. But it can go in the microwave because it's all cotton. So they can put their bowl of soup or what have you in here, put this in the microwave, it'll heat up. Then when they go to take it out of the microwave, they have little handles here, and they can carry their bowl to wherever they are going to eat. So that's one. And I tried to follow a couple patterns, and it just wasn't working for me. I was really surprised that something as simple as a bowl cozy wouldn't come out the same as the pattern. So I started with here's the other one. It's different because I just kind of designed it as I went. So this one has 4 little handles. Like I said, I didn't have a pattern. I just was kind of going as I went. Yeah, and like, so there's that size bowl, but if he wants to use a bigger bowl, he could just put a bigger bowl in and it'll just kind of push it down, but it'll still function the same. So these are 2 strands of Hobby Lobby's I Love This Cotton in Domino Effect is the color name. The green is a strand of cotton that I got at the 99-cent store. It's all cotton. And then there's 2 to 4 strands of this cotton that I ordered online for a project that I didn't end up using it for. Jubilee Yarn, Minnesota. It's very thin. 100% cotton. But it's not like a silky cotton. It feels more like kitchen cotton, but it's a lot thinner than like Peaches and Cream. This is sterling gray. It doesn't even say what weight it is. But anyway, I was going to use this for one of my daughter's garments, but I don't like how it feels for clothing. So I'm using it for bowl cozies. So yeah. Okay, let's see. Two more things. Nova Gnome's Creations. Nova Gnomes. I believe it's plural, gnomes. Nova Gnome's Creations. She has a channel on YouTube. And she's my gnome guru. She makes the most adorable crocheted gnomes, and she features them every month. Fun channel. Sweet gal. She is doing a community blanket project. So she said anyone who would like to send her a crocheted square of any color, any stitch, and send it to her, she will put them all together into a blanket for, I'm pretty sure, for a charity to give to a homeless shelter or what have you. So I whipped this up. This is Lion Brand Pound of Love in pumpkin pie and baby pastel blue pumpkin pie. And this is the, I believe it's the lemon peel stitch, but I did half double crochet, single crochet, half double crochet, single crochet. So I don't know if that technically is the lemon peel stitch, but that's what it is. So I will be sending that off to her. I would love to make more, but I have a lot more Christmas gifts to crochet, and it's already September 1st. So in fact, my daughter that I made the mulberry colored crocheted top for, her birthday's in October, and she wants one of the boho crossbody purses. So I'm working on that as well. This is going to be the front panel. This is called Italian Granny Square, and it's a free tutorial. The channel is Magic something. I'll link it in the description. And I'm going to make hers adjustable. I didn't think about making the others adjustable, but what I'm doing is on one end of the strap I made buttonholes. So what it is it's just this is double crochet, chain 2, skip 2, double crochet, and that's what makes the buttonholes. And then I'll do on the other end of the strap a toggle button so she can adjust the height of the purse. Okay, one last thing. Okay, I did a short on this next thing, this last thing that I'm going to show you. So you probably already saw it, but if I could find it. Not very organized here. The Hectanuga one, she did the tutorial for the Christmas stockings, and that tutorial, I think it's like 4 years old or something, but in the tutorial she had a bunch of like chunky bracelets on, and as she crocheted they made a nice sound. I don't know, I liked it, so I thought, and that's one thing. So I know how to knit, but this hand needs surgery before I can actually knit, because I need carpal tunnel surgery in my left hand, which I'm probably not going to do because it doesn't, the carpal tunnel syndrome doesn't really bother everyday life, and I don't see having surgery just so I can knit, even though I love knitted things. I love knitted amigurumi. I love crocheted amigurumi, but there's something about knitted amigurumi. I just love it, but I'm just gonna have to live without doing that. But one of the things I miss about knitting is the sound that the knitting needles make, that kind of shusking sound that they make as you knit. And so I figured out a way to have a nice little soothing sound from a crochet hook. This isn't the best example. I think this was my prototype, but I just attached some of these toggle buttons. They're wooden toggle buttons, and as I crochet, I make a nice little sound. So yeah, I crochet for therapy, you know, for relaxation and mental well-being, and I just wanted to do that. So, and they don't get in the way. I have them on several of my crochet hooks, and I love it. So yeah, that's that. I think that's all I had for you. Thank you for watching. I apologize if I kept talking while cars were going by. I might not have noticed. And I apologize again for bumping the camera. I always really have a hard time when the camera gets bumped. I get motion sick easy. I had a lot of motion sickness after the earthquake. We had an earthquake a few weeks ago, and for several days, a yellow jacket, for several days after the earthquake, we were having aftershocks and tremors and liquefaction, and I felt just awful. Motion sick, headache, dizzy, just not good for like a week. But the aftershocks have stopped, so that's good. But yeah, I don't think I'll ever be able to go on a cruise because I'm really sensitive to that. Yeah, as a kid I would get car sick. I never really like got sick to my stomach, but I always just felt awful. Anyway, to end on a positive note, I probably won't get this uploaded today because I want to make sure I link all the patterns and any of the yarns that I can link, and that takes a little while. So I'll probably upload this tomorrow, Saturday the 2nd, September 2nd. So my hope, by the end of this weekend for sure, I will have this uploaded with the links. If I miss any links, please comment, please, reach out if there's anything that you want more information on. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. Thank you for watching, and I'm gonna go back inside where I have my air conditioner. I did this outside because I wanted to make sure there was plenty of light for you to be able to see the things that I showed. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna be driving down to, it's a big, huge IMAX theater complex, and watching Deathly Hallows Part 1 and Part 2 on the big screen this evening. So I'm looking forward to that. Lots of traffic. Okay, thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.